Good morning. Welcome to Yoga Flow. So today's class, we're going to get into the hips. We're also going to move quite a bit in the first part of class. Nothing too fast or too intense. So remember, you're always in charge of that. So take breaks as you need to. We'll use blocks. You'll see you only really need one or two. I've got 4 set up just so that when I switch sides, my blocks are there and don't have to take them with me. And then we'll use a strap today as well, both in the beginning here, maybe the middle, and definitely the end. So have that within your reach. And then from here, finding your nice tall sit. So think about ears, shoulders, and hips in this nice alignment. Belly button into the spine or zip up from pubic bone to behind the navel. We'll take a slight tuck in the chin. Good. So as we're here, just noticing if there's anywhere you could soften a little bit more as we start to open into our practice. Could you soften a little bit more through the face, the jaw, the shoulders, the hips? And then bringing that awareness to the breath. So as you inhale through the nose, could you expand that rib cage? Pause for a moment and slowly release. Now I'm blowing this air out of my mouth. If that's not for you, you release how you need to release. Big inhale through the nose and expand. Slowly letting it all go. We'll go through that one more time. Relaxing and softening through the body. Inhale and expand. And slowly letting it all go. Good. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen, touching palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Connecting with an intention for your practice. What would you like to give or receive? So my classes this week, the theme has been letting go of things that are no longer serving us. For me, that's certain news on TV and apps just to take a break from. That might mean different things to you, so you can set your own intention. And then from here, once you have that set, we'll take the palms back up overhead, turning palms away, and we'll grow taller as we bring down those arms. Good. From here, we're going to go right into a body wave. So I'm going to take my arms out to the side, big inhale. Exhale, I'm going to round and reach forward. Inhale and open. Good. And round and open and round and open and a little bit more. Good. On this next rounding forward, we'll take the hands, we'll clasp them together here, press away. Think about a separating of the shoulder blades here if you can. And the weather here in Kentucky warmed back up, so I am having a little bit of allergy issues, so I apologize if you hear me struggle with those during this class. And then from here, once you're ready, we'll release. Good. And we'll take it back. So different options for different people. You can press it back. You can let the hands rest right behind the hips. Maybe hands can clasp together back here. Maybe you can clasp and press down, or clasp, roll the shoulders back and lift. For me, I'm going to bring in my strap here to get that bind today. So I'll turn around this way just so you can see. So remember here, 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 or here. To me, while I can do it, it feels better if I use a strap today. So I'm just going to press down and get my lift from there. So the strap is a nice little tool to help you with binds if maybe your wrist or shoulders aren't quite there to clasp the hands and keep everything together. So from here, I'm going to release from that now. I'm going to put my strap to the side. We'll come back to it in a little bit. But from here, I'm going to inhale, reach and lengthen. Good. We're going to go right into a side bend flow. So I'm going to side bend over to my left. Inhale through center. Exhale, go back in. Good. Now that's my breath pattern. You can always come up with your own breath pattern. Remembering at the end of the day, the only wrong way to breathe is not breathing at all. So just don't hold your breath, just breathe. Good. The next time we come over to the left, we're going to come over. We're going to hold it right there. You can keep it gentle. You can side bend deeper. Both sits bones are grounded. You might choose that opening up towards your ceiling might be a better option for you today, or maybe belly button in, getting a C curve roll. Forehead in the direction of the knee might be a better option for you today. Breathe and expand the rib cage. And then from here, when you're ready, inhale and lengthen. Exhale, inhale, exhale, taking that back over again. You can keep it gentle. You can take it deeper. You can open, or you can C curve roll it. And notice too, it's okay if you need to do something different on one side than the other side. I have days like that, so it's all good. We honor ourselves where we are, we do what we can, and we don't worry about the rest. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, engage, coming all the way back up. Good. We're going to go into a little twisty flow now. So I'm going to take my hands behind the head, press the head into the hands, not hands into the head. Elbows are going to be out wide, but they don't have to be at their absolute widest. So see if you can take them out a little bit, but still, relax down into the shoulders. So I'm nice and tall on my spine. I'm going to inhale to the left. I'm going to exhale to the right. I'm going to inhale and exhale. Good. Now you can keep this at a gentle little pace here. Those of you that want to take this deeper, eyes open or closed, you can take this a little bit deeper, so long as you can still maintain your breath and you're not cranking through your spine. Good. And then from here, if you took a little bit of a faster motion, we'll start to slow that down. Good. And then from here, just coming back to center. Good. We're going to reach, taking the arms forward, turning the palms to the ceiling, taking hands to the shoulders, and we're going to open and close. Good. So think about separating the shoulder blades when you're here. Think about maybe touching them together when you're here, while keeping the rib cage in, and the core is nice and tight for that stability. And you can work into some circles here. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll go into the opposite direction. And then from here, good. We'll just take it out and bring it down. Get any little movement here that your body's asking you to do for a moment. That might be a little neck stretch, a neck roll. You might feel better in the shoulder roll, a spinal roll here, a few hip hinges. Find what your body needs you to do. And then we're going to make our way to tabletop position. So always cushion and take care of your knees and your wrist as you need to. So remember, if you're on a harder surface, if you're home, you've probably got blankets and things you can use, but in case you're somewhere, maybe traveling, you can take your mat up halfway, double layer, fold it again for a quadruple layer. You can also do the same thing for the wrist. So wrist care, if you're coming here, you'll be here, and then this will give you a little bit of a lift in the wrist, so you're not in as deep extension here. So take care of yourself. Good. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. We're going to root through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Knees can be under the hips. Now, my low back was aggravating me a little bit earlier, and so maybe taking my knees slightly wider than hip width apart might feel good. So be mindful of that. Good. I'm pressing away. I'm strong in my upper body. My belly button is in. I'm going to inhale, shine my heart forward, tip my pelvis back, looking forward. Nice cow pose. Exhale, I'm really going to round. Mad cat pose. And inhale, coming forward. And exhale, and we'll round. And inhale forward. Exhale, round. We're going to do that one more time. So inhale forward and exhale round. From this round, you'll press back, find a child's pose that's okay for you. So knees can be together as wide as the mat, somewhere in between. You can take your arms long in front of you or hands back by your ankles. We won't be here too long. But I'm going to breathe and expand here. Good. And when we're ready, we're going to warm up and build a little strength. So we're going to come forward. Good. I'm taking my knees back where they need to be. Good. From here, I'm going to pick up my right foot and I'm going to take it back behind me. And I'm going to press evenly into the big toe and pinky toe mounds of that foot. And then maybe dropping that right hip slightly so my pelvis is a little bit more even. My belly button is still in here. I'm going to press back through that heel. When I do that, I want a little bit of a micro bend in the elbows, just so that we're not locked. I'm staying with my breath. I'm coming back to the intention. For me, that was letting go. And then from here, I'm going to come forward. So some of you might keep a toe tap, a little bit of a lift, a hip height lift. Find what you need. Toes, knees, and hips of that right foot are going to face down. Good. My left arm's going to come forward. We're going to do 3 elbow to knee bends or rounds right now. So big inhale, exhale round, inhale, lengthen. Exhale round, inhale, lengthen. Exhale round, inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. So hold the balance. You can come back to those, or this time we'll add a twisty. So your right knee is going to go to the left elbow is going to go to the right. So here's 1, and lengthen. And exhale 2, and lengthen. Exhale 3, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. We'll take that down, wiggle, 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 come back, half or full child's pose. Maybe you need to cupcake those fingertips. So sometimes the wrists need a little decompression. So maybe we come up here. I call it cupcaking. So kind of think about lifting the palm of the hand like you've got a cupcake underneath there that you don't want to smash. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, if you went into cupcake, we want the hands back down. We don't want a weight bear on the tips of the fingers. We'll come back to not down dog, but all 4 tabletop. So we're going to take that all to the other side now. So from here, I'm going to take my left foot back. Good. I'm going to ground down as evenly as possible through the big toe and pinky toe mounds. I'm going to let that left hip drop just for a moment. I'm going to press back through that heel. Little micro bend in the elbows. Belly button is in. And then when you're ready, we'll come forward. Good. You can keep your toe down, a small lift or a big lift, not exceeding hip height. Good. The right arm's going to come forward now. We'll do the elbow to knee crunches. Big inhale and exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. One more. Exhale, inhale. Find your balance. Do another round of those, or we'll take it into that twisty. Big inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Taking that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Find a nice child's pose here. Good. Find what you need. Decompress or not. Breathe and expand that rib cage. Draw up from pubic bone to behind the navel. Be active here. Good. Now we're going to continue to warm up a little bit here. Our upper body is a little bit warm from this tabletop position. So we're going to come down onto the forearms. Good. And then from here, spread the fingers nice and wide. Good. I'm going to take my knees back just a little bit here. So some of you are going to find a knee down forearm plank. Some of you are going to lift up on the tippy toes, forearm plank. Good. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Big inhale, exhale. I'm going to hinge back a little bit into a dolphin pose. So most people have their feet in a little bit closer for dolphin. That's okay. We're just kind of moving back and forth. But my shoulders are in their pockets and I'm not collapsing. Head doesn't touch. Inhale, move forward into plank. Exhale, dolphin variation. Inhale, forward into plank, getting harder now. Exhale, in a dolphin, one more time. Inhale, forward from this forward. Drop your knees. Good. I'm going to come off my elbows. Good. I'm going to set myself up where my hands need to be for my downward facing dog. That's where I'm going to come from here. And then tuck the toes. And then I'm going to lift and shift. Good. So I'm pressing in and forward into my hands. I'm rooting through knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Shoulders are in their pockets. Head and neck are free. Good. You can always be in stillness. I'm going to come into walking the dog here, bending one knee, lengthening one leg. You can also come high on the toes and drop the heels. You can also practice stillness. So if you're someone with any kind of low back issues, tight hamstrings, things like that going on, always keep a little bend in your knees and down dog and any standing or seated forward folds that we may do. I'm going to come into stillness from here for a moment. Good. From here, reconnecting with my intention. Big inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk or step your feet forward to meet your hands on this first one. Come to blocks if you can't touch the floor. And then from here, I'm going to inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. And exhale and bow. And from this bow, again, a little bit of a bend in the knees. We're going to come to an angle. Some people like to just have their hands down and hang here. Some people like to grab opposite elbows. And we're breathing. Feel the weight distribution in all four corners of the feet. Some of you might stay right here. If it's safe for you and you want to, maybe you can rock a little bit from side to side. Good. And from here, if you took the sway, we'll come back to center. We'll release. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain intention, soft shoulders, soft knees, soft tailbone. Good, continuing to warm up. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, come into blocks if you need to. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, press through the feet, coming all the way up. And exhale, taking it down. Good. We're going to modify our sun salute A here in this next one. So big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. We're going to step back into our plank pose. Good. Knees lifted or grounded. Find yours. Think about taking that heart up into the shoulder blades here. I'm lifted, so I'm going to press back through my ankles. My belly button isn't tight. I'm holding the plank, but I'm not holding my breath. Good. Now, some of you are going to drop the knees first. I'll do that myself in a moment. Those of you that are a little bit stronger, a little bit more advanced, you can shift forward slightly. Good. And then without collapsing through the shoulders, we'll carefully lower down. Good. And we're going to come all the way down to belly. And I'm going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. So not so great planning on my part, but I'm going to just move my blocks out of the way here. And I'm probably, just so I don't hit my light, I'm going to scoot back a little bit more on my mat. Good. So from here, I'm going to take my hands a little forward and to the side. I'm going to let my elbows relax. Good. I'm going to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through the low body, belly button and pubic bone into the mat. Good. We'll find a nice little baby cobra here. Good. Now, if this is okay for you, there's no crunching in the low back. Maybe you can pick up those hands. Good. Maybe you can take the arms to the side. Maybe you can take them back to the hips. And we'll take them back out to the side and move these forward here. Out to the side and back to the hips. And to the side, yes, we're still in extension. And back to the hips. Taking them out to the side, bringing the hands back in, we'll lower down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. We're going to build on that. So lengthening, 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 belly button in, pubic bone into that mat. Maybe we lift into that baby cobra again. Maybe you decide to just stay here. Others are going to pick up. Arms out to the side. This time we're going to take them forward. And then to the shoulders. And forward. and to the shoulders. Those of you that want it, we'll take it forward, all the way back to the hips, all the way forward and back to the hips. Think about snow angel arms. You can add rotation into the shoulders here like I am. My palms are down when my arms are forward. My palms are up when they're back by the hips. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, we'll take it back out to the side. We'll bring those hands back in and lower, and we'll lower, lower, lower. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. From here, hands under the shoulders. Stronger, more experienced yogis can tuck the toes, push up into a plank, and shift back to down dog. Everyone else can follow me, coming up, moving through a tabletop position, lifting the knees into your downward facing dog. Good. From your downward facing dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes. We'll rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to move through a couple more traditional sun salute A's here. So you choose. Do you want to take the flow or skip the flow? I'm going to take the first flow. The second flow I will personally skip, and I'll go back to down dog from there. So always operate in the best way for you. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Any back bend of your choice if you're flowing. Good. From the downward facing dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. We'll inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, flat spine. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one like this. Inhale when we lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. From the bow, step or hop back to plank pose, and then you choose take or skip your flow. So if you're skipping, down dog or child's pose is okay. You can also work on a plank pose. I have a lot of students that choose that instead. That's a great prep for being able to do the chaturanga safely. And then from your down dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain intention. All right, so I am going to go ahead and reset up my blocks here, just in case I need them, and I probably will. Okay, so from here, we're going to do another little flow. So big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Now from the bow, hands can come onto blocks here or the floor. We're going to step the right foot back, coming into a left up runner here. Good. So I'm just going to bring my blocks a little bit more in line with my shoulders, and then I'm going to just rock back and forth here for a moment. Good. Now my front heel is grounded. Good. Now from here, using blocks to help me, I'm going to lower down that back knee, make sure that knee is behind the hip. If you are someone that cannot pick up your knee and take it more back there, but your knee is under the hip, think about taking this foot more forward, because when we come into what we're getting ready to come to, you want to make sure your kneecap is happy. So from here, this might be where you stay for right now, and there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you come up to the thigh. Good. My front hip's going to come back just a little bit. My back hip's going to come forward. Maybe we come into that balance challenge. Good. This might be where you stay. Maybe you zip up a little bit more through the front body and open into a little back bend here. Good. And then we'll come up. We'll take those hands down. Good. From here, you're going to choose. Is your right hand going to come to a block, or is it going to come to the floor? And then we're going to open to the left. Good. Inhale. Exhale, taking that down. Good. Planting the hands, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow here. Noticing how right and left side feel. We're going to do the same thing on the left side now. We're going to do another set of these here in a moment, and then we're going to add on a couple elements to that. So from here, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. Now from this bow, maybe bringing blocks in here to help you. We're going to step the left foot back, coming into a right up runner. Good. I'm going to bring my blocks a little bit more into the shoulders. And then we just come back and forth here. Good. My heel stays grounded. Nothing too extreme in the movement. Good. And then from here, I'm going to lower that back knee. Good. I'm making sure that knee is behind the hip. Get there how you need to get there. And then you choose, are you staying here? Are you going to come here? Zip up through the front body. Maybe front hip comes back hip comes forward. Do you come up into the balance challenge? Do you stay here or do you take a little opening? Good. Inhale. Exhale, we'll lift. We'll take that path to the mat. Good. From here, you choose. Left hand onto a block or to the floor. We're going to open to the right. Good. Inhale. Exhale, taking that down. Using blocks to help you if you need to. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Again, noticing how you're starting to feel here. Come back to your breath. Come back to your intention. What can you let go of that's not serving you? From your downward facing dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your breath, your mountain, your intention. Good. So from here, we're going to do that again on both sides. We're going to add a couple things on this time. So from here, big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. From the bow, grab your blocks if you need to. We're going to step the left foot back. You're in the right up runner. Good. So from here, as you rock back and forth, notice how it feels a little bit different this time. Should feel not as tight, a little bit more open. We'll lower down that back knee. Good. And then from here, making sure your knee is where it needs to be, making sure you are where you need to be, which might be right here. So if you need to stay here, stay. Otherwise, we'll make our way back up. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. Zip up through that front body. Maybe we open into that back bend again. Good. And we'll come back up. Good. From here, I'm going to leave my right arm up. I'm going to take my left arm forward for a moment. And then from here, I'm going to take my left arm up. I'm going to move my right arm back. Maybe it comes back here. Oops. Good. Maybe it binds. Some of you will kind of cross over and touch something. Some of you won't. Good. So this is why that knee needs to be behind the hip. If you're right under the hip, your kneecap's going to scream at you here. Good. We'll release. We'll come back up. Good. I'm going to take hands to the blocks. Good. I'm going to shift back here. We're going to come into that one more time, a little bit different. Good. Well, it just helps if we do something different in transition. Good. So from here, we're going to come back in. Good. We'll rock it forward. From here, when you're ready, we're going to come back up. Good. Now this time, your right arm's going to come forward. Your left arm's going to stay up, zip up through that front body. And then from here, maybe you take a thigh. Good. And I'm just going to let it kind of rest down here and coming up into a little bit of a deeper back bend here. I'm breathing and expanding. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, take those hands back to the floor. Now, from here, your left hand can come to the block or to the floor. You can keep that knee grounded for a little bit more power and balance. Tuck that back toe, lift that back knee, then take your twist to the right. Good. Inhale. Exhale, take that down. Plant the hand, front foot steps back. You choose take or skip that flow. Notice how you feel. Now, I didn't cue it this time, but some people, with especially that front one where we kind of grab that ankle a little bit, still need a little extra knee cushion. So always have something ready for your knee cushion as you need it. From your down dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. Good. We're going to take that all onto the other side. So now I'm going to step my right foot back this time. I'm in the left up runner. Good. And I'm going to rock back and forth. Good. Good. I'm going to ground down that knee. Good. Making sure the knee is behind the hip. And then you choose staying here, coming up, finding your balance. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. You can stay here. Maybe we open into back bend. And we'll take it up. Good. From here, when you're ready, my right arm's going to come forward. My left arm's going to stay back. I'm going to zip up. Good. I'm just going to kind of switch. Good. And I'm going to come back here. I'm going to reach. I'm going to bend. Maybe you grab pants. Maybe you grab an ankle. Inhale. Exhale, carefully release. So when you do that, it can be intense. So pain, numbness, tingling, burning, not normal. Good. Don't grab if you can't reach. And then from here, we're going to take the hands to the blocks, and we'll take it back and we'll lengthen. Good. Just like that. Lengthening through the spine. And we'll come back forward. Good. From here, when you're ready, we'll take the hands up. We'll come back up, zipping up. Good. This time, right arm's going to come forward. Left arm's going to come up. And then I think I messed up the arms, but that's okay. This time, the right hand's going to come back. They're same as leg, coming back, finding your back bend. My front heel stays grounded. I'm tight in the core. This is a balance challenge as well as a back bend, as well as a hip opener. Inhale, look forward, carefully come back. Good. Planting the hands on blocks to help you or to the floor, you decide. Knee grounded, or you can tuck that toe and lift. Good. Hand can be on a block or to the floor. We'll open to the left. Inhale. Exhale, taking that down. Front foot will step back. You choose. Take or skip that flow. Notice how you feel. Whew. My hips and quads and hip flexors are starting to feel like noodles. Good. From here, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. We'll inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. Inhale, root engage and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain intention. Okay, we're going to come into a modified sense loop B here that will also include a little bit of a gentle dancing warrior flow. So if you need to have your blocks in place here for stability during your transitions, have those handy. Otherwise, from here, I'm going to stand about parallel hip width apart. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and sit back into the hips. Relax the shoulders, belly button is in. Find the glute, find the heels. You should be able to lift the toes and look down and see your toes. Good. From here, maybe you can sink a little bit deeper, lengthen a little bit longer. Inhale, exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose. Take or skip your flow. Good. From your downward facing dog when you're ready. Left leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. round, step or pick up and put that foot there between your hands. Come to blocks if you need to help with stability. We're going to warrior prep that back foot. And then from here, when you're ready, good. We're going to rise. I'm going to lengthen. I'm going to open, coming into a warrior two. Good. So front hip will come back a little bit, back hip will come forward. So that knee tracks towards the pinky toe a little bit more. You should look down and be able to see that front toe. You should be able to press to the back edge of the back foot, zip up through that front body. Good, here we go. Big inhale, exhale, exalted. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, elbow to thigh, extended side angle variation. Good, moving through warrior two, taking it back into exalted. Moving it through warrior two, going right into extended. Moving through, taking it back. This time when we take it back, lengthen that front leg. Power through your feet. Good. Inhale. Exhale, find warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, we'll cartwheel that down. Swiveling up the back foot. Front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip the flow. Good. So as you do that, I'm just going to switch sides here. Good. From the downward facing dog, when you're ready, right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. Step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Use blocks if you need to for your transition. You want to transition from a stable place. Good. Heel to arch. And when you're stable, and only when you're stable, we'll rise. Good. Lengthen, open, find warrior two. Good. Front hip will come back hip will come forward slightly. And then here we go with our movement. So inhale, exhale, exalted. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, forearm to the thigh, extended side angle variation. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, exalted. Inhale, warrior two. Move right into that extended side angle. Good. Moving back through warrior two. Lengthen that front leg. Take it back, exalted. Root in through your feet. Good. Inhale. Exhale, finding your warrior two. Make it your best one. Inhale. Exhale. We'll cartwheel that down. Plant the hands. Swivel up back foot. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip your flow. From your downward facing dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend those knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, intention. All right, we're going to go into some standing balances here. So we're going to do 2 balances. One is a little bit more of an eagle prep, and the other one is the eagle for those of you that have that. So I'm just going to bring my blocks in here for when I need them. So remember, you can always do this one if you need to step off your mat and have a hand on a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture. You're welcome to go there. But for the prep, I'm going to use my left leg as my supporting leg first. So my hip, knee, and toe are tracking forward. And this knee is soft and non-locked. So there's lock, there's soft knee. Good. I'm going to zip up. Good. And then from here, I'm going to lift and I'm going to reach for that ankle. And then I'm going to pick up and I'm going to put that ankle right above that knee. Good. Now, some people might need to hold this here because this is all you can do. Others are going to take a little hip hinge here, a little seat. Arms to the side. Right arm's going to come on top of the left. Just give yourself a hug. No wrap just yet. Breathe. And this is also a nice little thing to do here if you sit behind the desk a lot. And then from here, good, I'm going to carefully come up, taking down both feet and undo my arms and shake, shake, shake. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So now right leg's going to be supported leg, nice and soft in that knee. Zip up through the body. Good. I'm going to reach down. I'm going to pick up that ankle. I'm going to lift it. I'm going to cross it over the ankle. Remember, you might have to hold it here for some of you. So if you do, that's okay. Others that are okay with it can come into a little seat. Arms to the side. Left arm on top of the right. Just find yourself a nice little hug. Breathe. Yes. Hips are going to work hard today. We are stretching them, but we're also building strength. And then from here, we'll carefully come out. Good. And release. Okay. Shake out a leg or two here. We're going to come into eagle. If what we just did, though, is enough challenge for you, I would like for you to go back and do that again, or hold on to a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture. Those of you that are going to move on. Good. So I'm coming back to my left leg being my supported leg. Now, not everyone does this, but for those of us like myself that don't have that full leg wrap around, sometimes having a block here to have your toe to just slightly rest on can be very helpful, which is why I have that here. So from here, good. I'm just going to sink back a little bit. I'm going to lift up this right leg. I'm going to lift it. I'm going to internally rotate it as I cross it. So maybe you've got the wrap, maybe you like that little toe engagement. Arms out to the side, right arm on top of the left. Find a hug or find your eagle wrap here. Good. Now, if your legs are crossed over, could you think about squeezing together at the thigh, not the knee joint? Belly button is in tight here. And then when you're ready, carefully do the leg, both feet on the ground. We'll come up, we'll release, we'll shake, 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 shake out that supporting leg. Good. So from here, good. I'm just going to move my block into place on the outside of my right foot. Good, because your right leg is going to be your supporting leg on this side. Good. So from here, when you're ready, good. I'm going to come down a little bit of a squat, a little bit of a seat. I'm going to pick up my left leg. I'm going to internally rotate it as I cross it over. Maybe it wraps, maybe not so much. So I probably could force a wrap there. But like I always say, don't force your body into something that's not comfortable with. Right, left arm on top of the right. Find a hug, find a wrap. Good. Practicing where you are in the moment is the best thing you can do. Remember, I'm just a guide. It's always best if you can be your own guru, listening to yourself and what's right for you. And then from here, when you're ready, good, we'll carefully undo the legs, both feet on the ground. We'll come up, we'll open, and we'll shake, shake, shake. And shake out one leg, shake out the other. Good. We're gonna do one more balance challenge here. We're gonna come into Warrior 3 in the standing split pose for those of you that would like to do it. So I'm gonna come back over here. So ideally you want 2 blocks here so you have optimum support. If you only have one, take that block in the center. So for example, this is what it would look like if you're taking it to center. If you're having 2 blocks, you would put it like this. Good. And we're going to take a little bit of a hinge to get there. So we're going to come back to the left leg because we just stood on the right leg. Good. So I'm zipping up. I'm soft in that knee. Good. I'm just going to take my hands right here for a moment. Good. And I'm just going to pick up this left foot. The higher you go, the harder it is. Don't take it any higher if you're not stable when you're lower. So we only lift as high as we're stable. And then from here, when you're ready, good, you can hinge. I'm going to reach for my blocks today, and then I'm going to press that leg back. So some of you might be pretty low, and that's okay. Others are going to be higher. So your hip, knee, and toe are facing the floor. We're not turning out to the side. Okay, that's a different exercise. But it's all about where you can be while your hips are even to the floor. Can this knee be soft? Can you lengthen? Now, those of you that have the full warrior in your practice where your hands are in prayer, straight forward, out to the side, maybe reverse prayer somewhere else, that's fine. Good. And then from here, those of you that want to go there, maybe you come into a standing split pose, which might be hand on the blocks. It might be hands on the floor. The closer you take your hands to the heel, the harder it is. And as you become a little bit more proficient, maybe you experiment taking one hand to the calf. Maybe one day both hands can be there. Now that's the maximum challenge there. And then from here, I'm going to take my hands back on my blocks. I'm going to lift back up. I'm going to put a bend in both knees. My back foot's going to come and plant on the floor. I'm going to press through, come all the way up, and hands at prayer. And I'm going to shake out my supporting leg. Good. So hips are working hard today. We're going to come into the other side. We're building that strength. So from here, now I'm going to come into the right foot. Good. I'm soft in that knee. I'm going to take my hands to my hips for just a moment. Good. And you decide when you pick up that left foot, how high can you be while you're stable? So if you're wobbling all over the place, you're not stable. Be where you can be stable. And then from here, when you're ready, we'll carefully take it back. I'm going to take my hands back down to my blocks again today. You're welcome to come into that full warrior 3, but think about that left hip, left knee, left foot. They're facing the ground. Your belly button is in. I'm lengthening through my torso here. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, you can stay here longer, or you can try for that standing split pose. Hands can be on blocks or the floor. Hips, knees, and toes are still facing the ground here. The closer you take your hands to the heel, the harder it is. You can experiment taking one hand or two hands back there. If you are really wobbly here with two hands, I don't recommend picking one up. And then from here, when you're ready, good, I'm just going to bend. I'm going to take both knees back to my blocks. I'm going to bring that back foot forward. Good, I'm going to bend as I release, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart forward. Center, heart center. Good. And we'll shake out that supporting leg. Whew. All right, there's a lot of good, challenging work. We're going to come down and stay down. So through our final flow, big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose. Take or skip the last flow of the class. Good. And from the down dog, once you get there, we're going to lower the knees. We're going to come back into child's pose. So knees can be as wide as the mat, together or somewhere in between. You can take your arms long in front of you. You can bring the hands back by the ankles. You choose. And just for comparison's sake, notice how this one feels to you now versus that very first one you may have done. Good, and then from here, when you're ready, good. I'm going to take my hands under my shoulders, and I'm going to come up, and I'm going to come to a seat. I'm going to bring my blanket back in here to sit on, but I'm going to take my feet forward. Good. Now, as we're going to give our legs and everything a little bit of a break. We're going to come into a little bit of upper body stretching. So if it's more comfortable for you to take your legs forward right now, you can go ahead and do that. I just forgot about this little stretchy part here. So I'm going to take my strap. Good. And I'm going to come into a nice wide grip here. And I'm going to come up. And you can just move forward and back. Go to your range. If you find a sweet spot and you want to stop there for a minute, please do so. Good. And then from here, we'll come up. Good. I'm a little bit too wide in my grip. Good. Let me readjust. Good. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to use the strap as a little bit of leverage as I come over to my left. I'm breathing and expanding. So tugging here gives me more over here. Inhale. Exhale, coming back up. Inhale. Exhale, taking it to the other side. And coming back up and taking it down. Good. I'm going to place this to the side for now. Now, as we take our legs forward a few things, I'm going to come to an anterior tilt of the pelvis. So my tailbone's going to come back. My hip bones are going to rock forward. You can have your legs together a little bit wider apart. Be where you're comfortable. You've got the strap today. So if you know when you fold forward, you can't reach your toes, you can take your strap in here to help you get a little bit of connection. If you know that your hands go beyond your feet, but you're still seeking a little connection, you can take a block right in from your feet, get any little length here that you want will work for you. And then from here, whenever you're ready, big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinging from the hips. Once you can go no more there and your knees are soft, hands and arms will come down. Good, and there's your fold. And I'm just going to breathe and expand into the back body here. Okay. And then from here, when you're ready, we'll inhale, look forward. Exhale, carefully come out of there. Good. We're going to go ahead and transition onto our backs. We will do another hip opener and a twisty and a stretch down there. So have your strap handy for that. If you've got a block or two and you know that you want that for your bridge today, so maybe this is one block, maybe you want to stack 2 blocks there, have them within your reach as well. Otherwise, and the way that's best for you to get down onto your back is the way that I recommend today. And then once you get down there, just kind of maybe roll your shoulders back and give yourself a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Kind of settle into the space a little bit, and then maybe taking your knees into your chest, maybe rocking side to side. Good. And we're going to come into a bridge here. Good. So I'm going to take my feet down. Now, this is freestyle bridge. So this means any bridge of your choice that you would like to do. I will cue us through a basic, but remember, you can always take the blocks under the sacrum. You can grab the ankles here. Some of you might need a strap around there to bind. You can roll your hands under and clasp there if you can't reach. Remember, like we did in the beginning of class, you can use that strap. You can come into a full back bend if that's in your practice as well. Otherwise, I'll cue us through a basic. I'm going to roll my shoulders back. My hips, knees, and toes are parallel hip width apart. Heels are not too close into the glutes, and they're not too far away. Pressing evenly into both feet, I'm going to lift my hips up. My body will let me know when I should not come up any higher. So regardless of what bridge you chose today that's already in your practice, not one that you've never done before, please think about good form. So hips, knees, and toes are going to track. We don't want to let the knees fall in or fall out. And we don't want to take our legs out wider and go into an external rotation to make it work. And then from here, once you're ready, and the way that's best for you, based on the bridge that you chose, we'll carefully come down and we'll take the knees into the chest. And we'll rock side to side. Okay. So from here, when you're ready, we're going to grab our strap. So hips, hamstrings worked really hard today. We're going to stretch them here. I'm going to take that strap around the center part of the right foot. Left knee can stay bent or come long. Good. And we're going to stretch this a little bit differently today than we normally do. So take both straps into the right hand. Good. Now I'm going to bring my leg out only so far. I'm going to bring it right in line with my shoulder, so it's not all the way out like we normally do. So just right out from the shoulder. And then from there, with the soft knee, I'm going to bring that in towards the shoulder. We're just getting into the hamstring a slightly different way. Good. And then we'll release. Good. From here, I'm going to release. I'm going to cross that right ankle over the left knee. Some of you might choose to stay here Some of you will choose to bring this into the chest, rock, rock, rocking side to side. Good. And then we're going to go into our final twist from here through the figure 4. So I'm going to bring my left foot back down. I've still got my ankle on that knee, arms out to the side. Inhale, exhale, and I'm just going to let everything come over to the left. I still want my right shoulder grounded as much as possible, maybe looking to the right. If this is not comfortable for you, you feel funny business somewhere, carefully undo, and you can come into a twist that does work for you. And maybe just rest with knees into the chest. And then from here, when you're ready, we'll carefully bring this back in the way that's best for your body, and we'll undo. Good. We're going to grab that strap. We're going to take that strap around the center part of the left foot now. Good. Right knee can be bent or extended long. Good. Straps are going to come into the left hand. Good. Now from here, we're just going to open that left leg only as wide as our shoulder, and we're going to pull that leg in towards the shoulder. You're seeing me change my grip here, so always do what's best for your wrist. Some grips will feel better to you than others, and those are the ones that I would recommend. And then from here, we'll release. Good. And we'll release that foot from the strap. We're going to cross that ankle over that knee. You can stay right here, lightly pressing into that thigh. Maybe you bring it into the chest. Maybe we rock, rock, rock a little bit here. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll lower that down. Good. Arms out to the side, and we're just going to let everything else come over to the right now. Left shoulder grounded, working to the left. Or find a different twist that's better for your body. And then when you're ready, carefully come out of the twist in the way that's best for you. I'm going to carefully undo. I'm going to bring my knees into the chest, and I'm going to rock, rock side to side. And we're going to set up for Shavasana here. So you can bring in any props that you have. Remember, you can let everything kind of come long and flop open. You can put a bend in the knees. You can be on your side. You can be on your belly. Be where it's good for you. And I will leave you here for a few moments to sink and let go into your space. Taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness, or gently take head and neck from side to side. Choose stillness, or invite movement of fingers and toes. Choose stillness, or maybe taking knees into the chest. Choosing to keep the upper body grounded, or maybe you want to lift it up into a full body hug. And then choosing stillness, removing any props out of the way you may have used for your relaxation time today. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, And reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex to the feet. Bend and stretch through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, carefully bend in both knees, and you choose rolling over onto your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in the moment. Whenever you feel okay, knowing you can stay here as long as you need, we'll carefully come back up to a nice, comfortable seat. Maybe the same one you started with, maybe a different one. And once you find that seat, can you find that nice, tall spine? Maybe fingertips to the side, and notice how you feel now versus when you started the practice. Palms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen, touching palms together. Exhale, hands and heart center. Reconnecting with that intention you made for yourself one more time. We'll take thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts, to our lips for good and kind words, and to our hearts for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe, may you stay well, may you have a wonderful day or evening or week ahead. Namaste.